paranoid. How's Dimsdale paranoid?
The speaker is paranoid because he's talking to a bird and he was pretty freaked out about the tapping and all and his foundation and stuff like that. Dimsdale is paranoid. I don't know how to word it, he just is. He knows there's something going on with him and he has to keep it to himself, and so every little thing he does is just paranoid.
Right, so let me help you out. Dimsdale is almost delusional in such a way that the speaker of the poem also is. While Dimsdale's not seeing a bird above his chamber door or anything, Dimsdale is still walking out in the street and it's freezing outside and walks up to this scaffold and ends up just sitting there. Later in the chapter it says that he has this delusion of that entire town coming around him and seeing him just as they did with Esther. Okay?
And he also sees like the good, like his ultimate.
Absolutely. So they're both having these paranoid delusions. Okay? Absolutely. Symbolic reminder. Is that also you guys?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
We don't really know if the speaker from the raven committed a sin, but we know that the raven has to be symbolic of something. Just because, and then maybe it's not the raven itself, but also how he says nevermore continuously drop, so maybe that word has significance to him as well. And then also with Dimsdale, it's the asteroid, the meteor, and someone added on scaffold, so that too are reminders of like his sin and stuff. And they're saying how, I think the townspeople interpreted the asteroid and the meteor being something else. I think it was like a sign from God or something like that. Or like
Angel.
Yeah, an angel. Yeah.
John Wesley.
Yeah, since the guy died, but he saw it as he saw the letter A, and then he also saw Chillingsworth's face, but he didn't recognize it to be Chillingsworth. He just saw some kind of evil.
Absolutely. Symbolism plays a great role in Romantic literature. We know this from our research projects a couple weeks ago, right? So, Hawthorne and Poe both are considered the part of the Dark Romantics group, okay? Aside from the Transcendentalists, which were guys like Thoreau and Emerson and Whitman, those guys, okay? So the asteroid and the meteor, the book explains to us through a question that people of the 19th century generally thought that these meant that doom was upon people, okay? Dimsdale seems to think the same thing. The townspeople, remember we were talking about how they interpreted things yesterday? They interpreted it as John Winthrop, who just died, as being christened as an angel in heaven, and that's why the A appeared. The raven, however, is a much darker symbol to the speaker. So the symbol of the scaffold, what does that symbolize? Alex, do you have an idea?
Well, he's kind of just like confronting like what he's done in a way like, oh, when this the person in the raven is kind of, he's talking to the raven to like talk about what's on his mind, I guess, and kind of like face this problem.
Absolutely. So the scaffold is almost like Dimsdale's way of repenting or punishing himself. We also hear earlier that he has this, the scourge, yes, thank you, that he actually harms himself with that to repent for what he's done. Okay, so Raven, Marissa's right, it's unclear if the speaker of the Raven actually committed the sin. He's just alone, okay? But Dimsdale also feels alone because he's committed this sin, and we don't really know what it is yet. So, we're going to skip these last three for right now. Differences. What kind of differences did you guys come up with? Let's start from the top. Dimsdale's keeping to himself about it versus the speaker, the Raven, wants to talk. Okay? Does anyone want to claim that one? Try to explain. Gero?
Well, like how seclusion is like the worst thing for a human being. They start to think too much, lead themselves into delusions.
So, being alone, when there is some sort of emotional burden going on, we see in both texts results badly for the character. Okay? Yeah, so, Haley, How about the second one here? Dimmesdale committed sin to be guilty about versus the Speaker of the Raven just thinking about a breakup or not having somebody.
I think that maybe the man talking to the Raven isn't as big a deal as ends up keeping himself about the sin, because the breakup is like something, I mean, not as serious as we can talk about it, but Dimmesdale can't talk about sin because it's so serious and it's over such a long time that everyone knows about it. So.
Absolutely. So Dimmesdale has taken it on himself. He's done something. The Speaker of the Raven, he's just missing Lenore. Wherever Lenore is, Lenore could have refused him. She could have died. Okay, we see the Plutonian shore. Which, does anyone have a guess about what that might mean? Yeah, I heard you mention mythology earlier.
Well, the Hades and obviously also no else. So he could be mentioning that, he said, because he does say something to the Raven about, if you look out there, can you grasp Lenore? Is she there? And he might be talking about.
Right. Very good. Very good. You may be talking about Lenore having died and having descended into the underworld because he mentions Plutonian shore and asking the Raven, can you get her out of there? Can you bring her back up? Okay. So, this is good stuff. I'm going to try to come up with, did you guys like Poe? Did you guys like the Poe?
Yes.
I know Lacey likes Poe. Guillermo?
It's my favorite.
Oh, your favorite?
favorite too.
Okay, so I'm going to try to bring in some more Poe, probably a short story this time, next week when we come back from break. All right? So we can continue to compare these dark romantic authors. In the meantime, though, you guys have 6 minutes. I want you to put any final touches on your maps that you need to put on them, okay? Because we are presenting tomorrow. So let's chop, chop, chop. Reading assignment for tomorrow is one chapter, chapter 14. Okay? Just one chapter.